Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting Propagandacast straight after another quick patch. Of course, I've had to gather in a bunch of new replays, not the best and greatest crop, sadly, but I had this one, which will be alright, interesting, has some good points, has some less good, but you know, overall, mediocre play with some flashes of greatness, which also has its merits. We shall be watching Oschi here fighting for Deutschland for the SS Panzerbrigade Gross versus Grimleves fighting for the Soviet Union and the 54th Rifle Division. In fact, the 54th Guards Rifle Division. Point there secured, conscripts moving out. Dual Grenadiers here for Oschi.
We have a fresh Grenadier squad.
Doctrines are festering armor, defensive and Luftwaffe supply doctrines. So a bit of a defensive sort of mindset, yet with some interesting support there. Versus Grimleves and his guard motor, guard rifle and shot rifle. So back here and let's get the resource tab up as well. MG42 are following up for Oschi, who's rushing straight for the fuel point again. I can't help really but wonder why people always go for the farthest away fuel point rather than one directly here. That one always struck me as a bit curious because the point to sort of get it all connected as well is also much further away. And also much easier to get cut off compared to the closer one, which again is pretty much this, and then this, or this and this. So even while he gains this fuel point, he's still going to be some time away from it. Looks like, in this case, though, it might be he's actually harassing it, but at the same time, the Soviet players, well, going for the farthest one away, not really going for this one. It just feels awkward. MG42, they're arriving. Pioneers actually wiring off here. Interesting enough. Rarely seen, but it's actually a nice idea, sort of trying to limit the opponent's movement, although, of course, it's actually going to be rather difficult to get anything over since he's going to have to take a bit of a longer route here, pop over the fence and then get all the way around. But still, sort of a nice way to sort of force your opponent to move a bit longer around. Moving up towards here, taking up position, has sort of some reconnaissance purposes, figure out, are these conscripts up there or are they combat engineers? We can pick the rush off. And there we go, they are combat engineers. Achtung! Engagement up here, MG42 needs to move into support. Lots of conscripts moving in, come on, Oschi, support your Grenadiere, Unterstützung. Nope, apparently he's too busy with here, ignoring the fact there's two conscript squads you could have locked down with some degree. Grenadiers make it into the church, not the best position there, only one window, and we're seeing a quick Molotov follow-up. Nice reaction there by Grimleves. Now counter-attacking towards here, but this part's going to be a bit vulnerable, since again, you know, there are two conscripts hanging about here. Rather feels like Mr. Oschi is a bit disregarding what's actually going on, trying to stick with some sort of magical perfect plan. Then he's had actually something wrong, lost the combat engineers, dealing with the MG42 finally moving in. Grenadiers hopes it looks like he will be able to stop up the search from advancing towards his cut-off point. Grenadiers moving in. A bit late then, the reaction. I would have liked to have actually moving in the MG42 in the first place, rather than again going, oh well, that's not really a good handling. But ultimately, he realised the error was a mistake. Why are you stopping taking the fuel point, man? Stick to the point. Grenadiers moving in, MG42 going to follow up. Setting up there. A bit too far in, then again he might be luring in the conscripts. There we go. Not enough, not enough. Granatenwerfer out here for Oschi, so 3 Grenadiers, MG42 mortar. Definitely bit of a heavier initial tier. With 4 Grenadiers on the way, I think that might be a bit awful much. Then again, I mean, if properly utilized, can only lay down a lot of pressure on his opponent, but then he could also try and actually tag out at this stage. Then again, he might not actually have the for it, so that, of course, is a reasonable counterpoint. But again, that's because he has been focusing very hard on getting the right fuel point. There we go, conscripts rushing in. MG42 needs to shift target, there we go. Conscripts getting gunned down, mowed down. Other squad moving up as well. Taking the rather same path, that's getting suppressed. That was less well handled there by Grimleves. Molotov setting up, surprisingly close to the front line. Molotov there on the MG42, going for the cutoff point there, well played. Point secured here. Grenadiers need to move back and secure the other points, then retreat for reinforcement. At least that's how I would do it. MG42 setting up, mortar rounds continue to fire. Crumbling right next to the conscripts. MG42 continue to fire. Mortar round continuing there. Conscript just crawling ahead. Hoorah, comrades at the door. Getting a bit ugly here. More conscripts rushing in. MG42, surprisingly enough, pulling back. He might not have been able to sort of get some more casualties in there on the conscript. The MG42 will now actually need to retreat. Support gunners doing what they can, but loss is not going to work out there. Pioneers bring in, Grenadiers bring back. And the 4th Grenadier squad arriving. Mortar run continue to fall through the sky. These Grenadiers need to take some points at the very least to get away. They need to do something. Well, at least he's managed to cut off all of these resources. Nice little aggressive play there. Oh, hit by no mortar. That is not good. Again, retreat these Grenadiers, get them reinforced, get them an MG42 is my recommendation at the moment. We're seeing a support weapon company going up here. We're seeing 4 squads of conscripts. In terms of doctrines, we're seeing guard, rifle, combined arms tactics already here chosen for Grimleves within the first 5 minutes. Mortar could stand to set up there. A bit aggressive, perhaps a bit reckless using a support weapon for that. Again, it's a support weapon. Its merit is supporting other units. And there's currently nothing that actually allows it to do that. So it's very vulnerable and can easily be wiped out and even stolen by the opponent if he is not careful. So that is something I would generally advise against. Point here being lost. Focusing every resource he has on building a medic bunker. I do feel that's a bit of a miss. At least he's got it tacked up. But really, I mean, currently what he's doing is he's leading most of his army here back to sort of heal up, which he really shouldn't be doing. He should be trying to hope what he actually is taking at the moment. Otherwise, it's just going to cost even more to take it back afterwards. And right there, that is a bit of a strategic blunder. Come on, man. Get moving. Mach schnell. Tempo. Mortar should also be sending up, or at least getting the hell out of there. Come on, Oschi. Like to make out his company up. Now he's actually moving some stuff out of there, but still too slow. And again, he shouldn't have been hanging around that long. And Grenadiers for some reason left up here. Without even an MG42 upgrade. Again, they're hardly achieving anything. Come on. Quickly losing ground. We also know him munitions cache actually up pretty early and up there for Grimleves. That's very interesting. Clearly going to focus on his infantry that way. Grenadiers for some reason are pulling back through the deep snow. That is a poor idea. They are moving slow and thus the easier targets. Rather bad idea for Oschi. Tactics. Moving through thick snow, slowing your movement is not generally a good idea when you're under fire.
Grenadiers.
A new unit has arrived.
Troops moving ahead, and a Schützenpanzerwagen in mittler kind. Grenadiers are supported by the MG42. That is how you use a support weapon. Looks something like the MG42 support and advance. Going for the cover on their Pioneers, sort of engaging. Grenadiers need to move up. Why are you not dealing with the priorities, man?
Our lines of supply are disrupted.
Yes.
There we go. Half-track mortar rounds do the deeds right there on the conscripts. Run away, comrades! And firing away there with the MG42.
We are under attack.
And Gartin just arrived here for Grimleves, immediately opening up there on the Mittler Schützenpanzerwagen with their anti-tank rifles, the PTRS, the semi-automatic variant. There was also a bolt action, which was actually better, had more penetration and such.
The Russians are coming!
But had a lower rate of fire. Quick rifle grenade here doesn't do much. Kills poor Yuri. Pull into cover in Deckung. We can actually win here due to the fact there's only one window. And also because apparently they're leaving the anti-tank rifle guys to deal with it. But Mortar finding a way there. Not sure what he's doing. He's going for the cut-off point again.
We are ready for action.
We've got units standing about doing nothing. He's a bit spread out at the moment. I mean, he's got Grenadiers here, and here. In several cases, he has them unsupported. That is not really good. He's making himself too easy a target for the Soviets, in particular now that submachine guns are appearing, and with hit the dirt as well. I mean, in these regards, they can easily win a fight versus Grenadiers 1 versus 1 when the Grenadiers aren't upgraded. That is hardly good, and that is really not the time to then be spreading out your troops like Oschi is doing. Again, another strategic blunder. I mean, he's definitely got a nice force, but, you know, he's not really getting much leverage out of it. In this case, looks like a quick rifle grenade, though, was able to save the day. taking advantage of the fact they hit the dirt, he then rifle grenaded them. That's actually a good tactical decision, but overall still part of it of some not so grand strategy. Continue fire here, MG42. Also, little tip here for dealing with troops that have hit the dirt. Though again, note here right there, there's a lot of blocking the line of fire. But again, when you're dealing with troops that hit the dirt, you can actually use incendiary armor piercing rounds to sort of negate it a bit. And actually really punish them for having hit the dirt. So little fun tactical advice there. But right now, Oschi needs to pull up a proper front line. Again, he's all over the place with no real cohesion. Plants up their cannon on the way. We're seeing a mechanized armor company in return for Grimleves. In fact, it's time to pop over to him. Squad's been equipped, also knowing all the munitions here. Again, part of the plan with the munitions cache. Definitely gives him plenty of munitions for upgrades, grenades, molotovs, mines. Grenades popping back into the house, but again, you know, hitting the dirt here. Molotov followed up here. Nice anti-building tactics, minimizing the amount of damage he can take while out in the open. Good job there, good tactics as well from Grimleves. Actually been sometimes seen some good usage of hit the dirt, but you know, he's really putting it all in there. So that is also recommendable, and also again something I would actually suggest. Even light cover in the right place can make one hell of a difference here. Aggressive Molotoving, guards infantry moving up. They could take up position in the building. Half check nearby. He's using supports infantry. Get more out of them that way. Keep them reinforced to the front line. That is also good. That is a good, nice offensive tactic, or for that matter, defensive tactic, but over good there. Mortar fighting here, taking point while supporting the mortar rounds. Infantry clamped here. That is definitely bad. Ruksuk, we also know here that he's getting a mortar, like to counter mortar. Conscripts and guards infantry suffering a bit. Get the victory points, get the victory points. He's actually very quickly taking down that. Something he's not been very good at prioritizing. And then something needs to be fixed. He's also got plenty of troops standing back doing nothing. Again, a bit of a sin. You don't want 2 squads or more than that just standing about doing nothing. That is generally not the hallmark of a good player at all. And again, about no replays from good players. My apologies. But this is hardly novice play either. Since again there are some understanding of fundamentals, it's all about sort of trying to get it all to work together. That's always the greater challenge for the sort of intermediate player. Properly keying it all together. Pack forward here, sending up grenades against lots of units sending about doing not so much. He could also take advantage of the fact he's got the center here to mine it up. S-mines, and there we go, pushing up here, aggressively harassing. Good, good. He should not be using his mortar like that. That should be the job of infantry with some light machine guns so they can set up a bit more. The mortar should be up here in the cemetery, ready to support near the front line. There we go, buttoning up the half track though. Grenadiers need to be in cover. In Dego. Nice rifle getting there. The MG42 moving up to support. Half track pulling away while getting buttoned and shot with anti-tank rifles. Mortars going in there from the Russian mortar. Pack getting mortared here. Grenadiers again should not be unmoored. Once more hit the dirt. Grenadiers in the hot veterancy free, getting them that much more lethal, but a quick Molotov there, a quick frangible makes that less lovely. Grenadiers still not upgraded with anything. Mortars firing in support, closing in on veterancy 2. Pack 40 crew dead. MG42 didn't do much. The reactor did pop incendiary armor picking rounds too late. Bad, it was too late.
Conscripts ready and willing.
Definitely a shame there. Conscripts rushing up. Coming under fire there, but again, the way it was sort of set up, it was only too late. They actually saw it. Not sure why he Molotoved. I think that was more of a mistake. That can happen, but a bit of a tragic one. Deeply surprised he's not upgraded a single Grenadier squad with a light machine gun. That is absolutely outstanding. Then he's lining up here on the conscripts. Conscripts suffering a bit there. He might want to at least try and hit the dirt to sort of buy himself some more time, maybe.
We are as ready as we can be.
We are bleeding, comrade.
And there we go, retreating in the face of resistance from the SS Panzerbrigade Corps. The only SS Panzer Brigade, I think there was another one, but that was more of the Skosheni Special Brigade that fought fighting in the Ardennes, but otherwise sort of more regularly. And that was one actually formed from a training depot.
What do you need?
It's a little fun fact there. Panzer Grenadier on the way. Support Armor Corps going up.
Mortar crew ready.
MG needs some reinforcement there from the half-tech. Half-tech also needs to get a bit of safety. Still no doctrine there from Oschi. I mean, generally as a rule of thumb, you generally want a doctrine chosen before 20 minutes have passed. Otherwise, you pretty much lose any advantage at all. Unless you have to go anything much out of it. MD-42 setting up their curious positioning. It can be outflanked by someone from here. Mortar moving up. Veteran C2 Granatenwerfer. And there go incendiary arm-piercing rounds again. Generally, that again marks of players actually knowing a thing or two, since most novices, if pretty much not all novices, don't really use it at all. Generally, novices are very poor at using veterans' abilities. Bit unfortunate again, though, the line of fire, all that. Oh, conscripts here taking an absolute beating. Kind of needs to getting veterans into 2 pack 40 could do with recruiting. Going after the fuel pump, but nothing to actually deal with harassing combat engineers. Not sure why that, again, it seems to be not quite fully reacting. Again, that requires some training, does no roll. More hit the dirt.
Enemy fire!
That's lovely, but again, he should be sending something in here to deal with the combat engineers quickly and recapture and reconnect. Panzerkampfwagen arriving there for the Panzer Brigade, which had a mix of different tanks, some old, some not so old.
Did you want something?
And oh, medical supplies are actually being dropped. That's lovely to see. Guardians are going for the cut-off point. MD-42 needs to set up quickly. Not like that, not like that. The Grenadiers should have been leading the way. And he's actually sitting up in the wrong direction. But there we go. Medical supplies do have a bit of an aura around them. Buffing troops nearby, that is good. But again, he needs to be reinforcing them. Come on, Oschi, reinforce. S-35 here getting shot there. He's using it a bit like a tank. That's not really how you use an S-35. It's a tank destroyer. Again, if it doesn't have a turret, it's not a tank. I have to repeat it. If something does not have a turret, it is not a tank. Then it is either a tank destroyer, an assault gun, or a piece of self-propelled artillery, but it is not a tank. And right here, Grimleves clearly intended to use a tank destroyer as a tank, and that obviously failed. In fact, he's about to get hunted down by a tank. So that's a bit tragic there. Comments again, he's continuing to bleed out victory points. Seems like here that Oschi is, though, however intermediate in some regards, seems to be absolutely very poor of understanding the concept of victory points. Also made a bit of a run here for the enemy mortar. That's nice, but again, he's not currently focusing on what ought to be a main priority, which is the victory points. Never mind, he's not really established what I'd call a focal point, the Schwerpunkt, the point where he actually operates all his things from. Oh, there's an S-35 he could actually steal. He's got plenty of forces nearby. He's even got pioneers. And why did you blow it up, man? You could have secured it for Deutschland. That is a waste of resources. Also steal the medical supplies before the opponent gets them. Remember, it doesn't just heal, it actually applies offensive and defensive bonuses, and they stack. It is something some people seem to forget or not know about it. Conscripts here taking an absolute beating. Grimleves needs to get the hell out of there, and he does so nicely. But again, note the fact that he doesn't currently really have any sort of sensible front line means the enemy's running around holding corners with them.
We are ready.
There is no focal point, no Schwerpunkt, no center of attention for his forces. Which again is making it incredibly easy for Grimleves to actually harass him.
The enemy has us ranged.
Okay, that's the last one.
Don't run into the fire! What? Oh, good lord. Again, we're clearly not dealing with a highly skilled player on either side.
Anti-tank rifle ready.
The third player, though, seems to be making less mistakes and certainly seems to be actually having a strategy compared to his opponents. One which is very much centered on harassment, which is good.
Engineers have secured the sector.
Panzer IV rolling back here. Mortar has not been recruited. Another Panzerkampfwagen 4 there.
Extra firepower.
And time for the mid-game analysis. Current situation is that Oschi's actually doing more damage and he's doing more kills, but ultimately, as you might be noticing, he's not really holding much of the map and he's very much behind on victory points, which again ultimately shows tactically he's definitely got some good ideas. Strategically, he's clearly not there yet. Again, sort of mediocre, average, bit below average. In some regards, he can do some lot of clever things, but again, he can't chain it together to an overall cohesive strategy, and that's ultimately what would ultimately hold him back in the long run. And currently what's also really punishing him, again, that's the fact he can't form a cohesive strategy. He can't form a cohesive Schwerpunkt. He can't operate from there and actually have a sort of safe point where he can then sort of push back the end from and actually move forwards to and take more points. And again, that's a problem. He's apparently seems to want to hold everything, and that means he can't hold anything, because again, several times he doesn't even hold one victory point. So again, he's too greedy, and again, he doesn't seem to understand strategy in a lot larger degrees. Again, that's something he needs to work on. Initially, my suggestion would be, you know, take this, but again, focus on a shorter part of the front line, usually send around 2 victory points, and then make your way from there. That was always being my sort of initial suggestion for the strategy. Secure 2 points, take it from there. Of course, there are all sorts of modifications already. A basic strategy, which generally tends to sort of have some merit, is secure 2 victory points with some fuel, some munitions, take it from there. But again, that's currently not happening even. He's just sort of, you know, oh right, I should take some victory points because, yeah, I just want to kill some Russians, you know, all the other stuff I don't really care about. I probably shouldn't be a military officer anyways. I know that's almost the vibe he's sort of getting, because, you know, again, he's doing lots of damage, he's doing lots of kills, but he's actually losing. That's not good, that's bad, that's, you know, again, the indicator of someone who's not really strong at strategy. And again, this is a real-time strategy game. So that's a bit of an hindrance. So again, while he's not a novice, then again, he's not, you know, got the basics. Again, though, there's clearly some things that still evade him, in particular in terms of strategy. So again, sort of more average, which again is sort of where the average players struggle. Again, that's the strategic part in certain regards, but also sort of, you know, how they handle new things. But for Grimleves, he's got a large infantry force. He needs to stop using his issue fighters like tanks, though that's, again, pretty rubbish idea. Currently, I would actually suggest him maybe getting a pair of, well, not that. He actually probably should get some field guns first, because you can actually have resources for that to help sort of hold back the panzers. Otherwise, maybe you get some SU-76s up, provide some light support artillery that way, and that way slowly push his way forwards. He also needs to actually establish a front line and begin mining the crap out of stuff. Although, again, so far, I mean, if he keeps up his current strategy and Oschi doesn't actually react, I mean, he's going to win. So, I mean, in some regards, you know, he's playing nicely, but the Panzer Force might be a problem then again, considering how Oschi plays. They might not, because they'll be too busy rushing from point to point, and then when they're there, it's too late anyways. Also, he needs to actually begin using more of his doctrine, which again isn't really happening either. I mean, it's great he's actually using airdrop medical supplies, but you know, he could try using this to get some munitions. But again, he doesn't even hold any of the points he could actually use it on. So again, there's a problem as well. So there are really some massive issues here for Oschi. He actually needs to sort of work out before he can actually begin his way towards becoming a good player. But let us return to the fight. Let's see if he can actually build up some sort of cohesive semblance of a front line. Also note here, the way his MG42's there is a bit dangerous in particular, and I'm just going to sort of point out some stuff here. As you might be noticing, it can't really see very far. Also, more importantly, it actually very easily allows your opponents to sneak up here and get very close to it. And even here, I mean, in theory, if they actually run, they might be able to get closer for that matter here. I mean, there are a lot of blind spots. There's actually a very, very poor positioning of the MG42. And in fact, I'm going to have, actually I got enough replays to make a Propagandacast there. In fact, I will be making one focusing very much on MG42s and how not to use them, since apparently that is very needed. But just a little thing to point out there as well.
Yes,
Troops need to get back on the field quickly. Forces there being pushed back. More infantry moving up. He's interesting enough not recruiting his mortar. He actually needs to do that. Points being taken back. Still not a single light machine gun for Grenadiers. And there we go. We actually pulled back his MD-42, but again, it's very much in his own. He can still be outmaneuvered and overcome by a larger infantry force. There we go. Guards infantry moving ahead. Troops arriving, and there we go. Grenade. Taking out half the unit. And there we go. The MD-42 is lost. I mean, in general, you don't want to have your MD-42s out on their own. They are support units. If you absolutely must have an MD-42 on its own, you do it in a prepared position. That is, you have barbed wire and mines up. There, what did he have? A wooden cart. That is not a prepared position. That is a wooden cart. Now, we are seeing a counter-attack moving in, but then again, what happens then? He's then pretty much leaving his only other victory point undefended largely. Again, there is no real coherent strategy, no real sense of a strong point of something he operates from, someplace safe. And avoid getting buttoned up, getting hammered with anti-tank rounds. Surprisingly enough, the MD-42 was recruited by the third player. Guards infantry suffered heavily. Molotovs going in. And again, Grenadiers moving on here, ignoring whatever's going on there. And he's rushing straight for the fuel point again. There seems to be absolutely no sense of immediate danger. Again, he's utterly ignoring the victory points. He's not even, he's even retreating his three-man Panzer squad. We could still be taking points here.
Enemy is attempting to steal our
and again,
sector.
there we go. Victory point lost. Well, he's blobbing up here with 2 units near a point and not even a victory point.
Pioneers ready for anything.
We're seeing another H-85 here. Not sure why he's using focus sight right now. Rushing back his Panzer IV, but still he needs to take the point back. Points are ticking down.
Ready for orders.
Troops there getting mowed down by the MGs and the Henry's main gun high explosive shells. Finally moved troops away. Oh, he moved them too far away. Too quickly. Come on, Oschi. And again, trust me, this was the best. So you have any complaints, you know, you should have sent one in yourself.
Engaged. Enemy forces are securing our territory.
Konski's moving ahead. Bit careful there, they are a bit more clumped up, and it's good. H-85 opening up. Not really sure why he had his Panzer IV in a position like that, with the rear exposed towards the enemy. That's hardly good Panzer IV handling. Konski rushing in. Field gun as well. And again, the MD-42's not recruited. There's nothing to actually provide cover in the centre. Panzer Grenadiers counter-attacking. Other Panzer IV rushing in, but the other one was lost in the first place. And again, Oschi's very much having a hard time actually keying actions together in the larger sense. Konski's squad actually wiped out veterans. He 3 lost there. Hardly good. Hitting the dirt. Molotovs. Medical supplies dropping. Get out of the fire. Get out of the fire. Oh shit. Dropping medical supplies behind the church. Lovely. Finally got 2 victory points again, but note how few victory points he has. Also need to stop this. What again? Note. Tactically he's doing alright, but strategically
now paradrop medical supplies on your command.
There's clearly some issues.
Panzer here.
We could use some action to keep warm. Schützen here.
And there's still an MG-42 and a DP light machine gun which could be utilised. He's not even rushing towards it. Come on, Oschi, you should be focusing harder on the victory points right now. Large assault going in. I do feel he's just blobbing up an attack moving. That's hardly good. And really here, Oschi should be realising this is not a good situation. He should be pulling back towards a more defensive position with some actual cover. Just loads of troops with automatics and submachine guns advancing. Mega to cover, Entdeckung, Grenadiers need to retreat, Panzers as well. Rückzug, come on! Oh, he lost his Panzer Grenadiers, not even a good manner. Artillery coming in as well, it would seem. He's using the medical supplies now, decently timed. Panzer 4 getting anti-tank grenade and mortar firing. They're about to get assaulted here by countries for advancing. Evenly behind, medical supplies there. Come on, Oschi, you're being a bit too wasteful. Half-track about to go down. Grenadiers fighting. Half-track is abandoned. Quick run grenade there, lovely. Grenadiers coming in from several sides. More medical supplies. Good. But again, losing up here. Again, nothing to guard it whatsoever. Guards infantry being pushed away.
He's dead!
But I should find no idea why he actually keeps running it like that. That's definitely something Grimleves needs to work on, you know, not just automatically pressing focus sight.
The enemy is taking our territory.
Troops reinforcing from the barely standing half track. Troops need to get reinforced, repaired. Got the pioneers down there. Points are ticking down here. Still keeps on doing more damage, still getting more kills, but we also see the Grimleves actually getting closer. You're doing an increasingly better strategy. Panzer 4 trying to escape. Field guns constantly coming in, and just so much veteran infantry. Grenades going off as well. Squad almost wiped out. Pulled back to the half-track for reinforcement. Molotov on the pack. MD-42 actually up there finally again. Molotov on that. And note actually, veterans of 3 conscripts throw their Molotovs farther. I believe we've seen the veterans do either way though. They can throw them farther. Little fun fact. Half-track went down there. Nice targeting there by Grimleves, going after the thing that actually allowed Oschi to retain his front line defense here for so long. Otherwise, sterlingly. Mortar rounds going in. Still, he has to recruit mortar there. Another medical supply aircraft. Grenadier squad wiped out. The infantry losses are really beginning to hurt. Quickly obtaining medical supplies. Lovely. Panzer Grenadiers on a Panzerkampfwagen on the way. Floating resources here, not good. Grimleves, not good. Not impressing anyone.
What do you need?
And these Grenadiers guys need to retreat. Actually, find these to pull back, drop, focus, sight, get the hell out of there. Yuri, oh well. And there we go, Yuri lies dead in the snow. That's what you get for using focus sight too much and not pulling out in time. Shoot and shoot. The country's rushing in there, hitting the dirt again. Also ensuring they can't get suppressed, I believe. So that's lovely for them. Though again, incendiary armor cleaning rounds work surprisingly effectively. There we go, they did not hit the dirt and actually got suppressed. Then again, if they can get close enough again with their 223, you can just Molotov them. There we go, Yuri having apparently learned a thing or two about the aerodynamics of a frangible incendiary grenade. He's now able to lob it further. Careful about not flopping up when you're under fire from a mortar. Field needs to get closer to actually support the front line. Immer mehr Panzergrenadier charging in. Mach schnell, mach schnell. And taking some serious losses. Rückzug.
Pioneers ready for anything.
And apparently something killed a bunch of pioneers here, but they didn't even bother recruiting the MG42. Well.
Apparently we have been promoted.
Overall victory points are not looking good at all.
We are down to 25 points. Do not let them defeat
Panther
us.
4 pulling back desperately sure. Third half drag up, at least he's been consistent and it's good. Another issue 5. Guardian be quickly following up there with light machine guns and anti-tank rifles. Being very consistent in that regard as well. That is also good to see. Nice hit there from the mortar from the Granatenwerfer. Achtung. And popping back to Grimleves, who's definitely got the larger and more veteran force now. Oh, he's got plenty of munitions. Again, that munitions cache has definitely paid off for him.
We are losing territory.
What?
Brave infantry have made the ultimate sacrifice. The people anticipate our victory. The enemy has 10 points remaining.
Buttoning up there. Oh, heavy machine gun there. Poorly done there. Oschi, poorly done.
Where do you need
Stop off and shoot. You could actually take it now down if you're quick enough. There we go. More panzers moving up and going to get just mowed down here by the Guardians with the light machine guns and veterancy. There we go. The panzers will stand little chance. Also note, Guards infantry is pretty much the only infantry unit which keeps getting a bit more infantry armor as it vets up. Which actually means Guards rifle infantry veterans 3 is incredibly tough. Although certainly not shock troops, but they're definitely going to be tougher than your average German infantryman, even if it's 3. In particular, veterans 3 in fact.
Enemy down.
There we go, and that pretty much looks like game over. And again, note, overall, more damage, more kills, but again, one major issue. He couldn't tie it together into a cohesive strategy. Again, a cohesive strategy is really one of the most important things that you gave to sort of make your way to being a good player. It is having an overall plan of sort of the battlefield and how to operate and what to hold initially. Again, there was no such thing like that there from Oschi, and that is ultimately what bit him in the arse. Again, he had a lot of nice tricks, using the armor piercing rounds, having the half-track reinforces troops at the front line. That is good. That's definitely not something you actually see from a lot of players, but the way he used it was good. Good use of medical supplies, but again, you know, there was no use of the rest of the doctrine because, again, there was no real plan for actually having munitions to do so. No munitions caches or anything, or no use to popping down munitions supplies here. That was also bad. So again, you know, it's very important to have an idea of, you know, a strong point, a certain Schwerpunkt as the Germans were open from and take things from there. There wasn't, and again, that is largely what Oschi lost on. Grimleves, on the other hand, outplayed his opponent. He didn't do so well tactically. He had a tendency of just running straight up to him, which is not so good. There was not enough flanking. His J-35 handling was terrible. He either needs to sort of get better at that or begin using tanks, because he seems to be more wanting to use tanks. So there's that. He also needs to get better at recruiting his opponent's weapons. He left an MG42 around and a mortar around for so long. That's not good at all. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed this. Hope you learned something. If you didn't, let's go into the Propagandacast layer later today. This is Imperial Dane saying cheers, and, you know, do improve and do share.